going on? It's your boy, My Cunningham. Shout out to Lucario. Shout out to all the supporters. Shout out to everybody on the Bad Boy membership. Shout out to everybody that checked out the Game Kings documentary. Please get eligible, get qualified to be a part of the eligibility for the Bad Boy membership contest, right? We basically have a situation where, as a thank you, we are choosing one person on the Bad Boy membership and we're gonna send them some Bad Boy cologne. We're gonna send them a $100 gift certificate and a watch, either a watch or something else of a equal value, that you could use to step up your game, step up your player shit. You feel me? So get on the Bad Boy membership so you can be eligible to win the Bad Boy membership contest. All right. So cool. There's a video I did that is. I was in the car. It wasn't like one of these videos where I got everything set up. There's a video I did where I was in the car because something had came to me where I was thinking that, there's a message that we're sending when we go try to find comfort or find an easier path to dealing with women when we go find women in another culture, or when we travel and go to another culture to try to deal with women, and because we think it's easier and all of that other stuff, right? And I said my piece in there. And the basic idea is that we're showing a little bit of weakness, right? We're showing the fact that we want to go to somebody else's house, put our feet up, and basically freeload, right? But before I really get into everything, right, I want to preface this video by saying, if you have an honest curiosity, right, or an honest desire to go be with women in another culture, or to travel and to see and experience different women, and it's from an honest place where you just want to go experience that, I have no problem with that. You understand? I get it. Like, there are beautiful women all over the world from different cultures. You understand? And to go and experience that is a beautiful thing. I mean, I just put up some pictures of myself the first time I went to Brazil. Go check out my Instagram, Miles in the Game on Instagram, where I just put up some pictures of the first time I went to Brazil. You understand? So I know what that's about. I know how cool it can be, the beauty of it. You understand? But what I'm saying is, I can only respect it if it's coming from an honest place. You understand? Because here's the thing: if you're in America and you can't figure out how to deal with women in your own country, in your own culture, and so you have to flee. You're running from the situation. You're running from the problem. You're not finding an actual solution to your issue, right? And that says something about you, right? So if you got weak game in America, then more than likely you're gonna have weak game wherever you go. Like, you can travel across the world, but wherever you go, there you are. You understand? So what I mean when I say that is, I want us as men to build up a certain value and level within ourselves. So no matter where we go, we can handle women. We can deal with women of any type of culture and any type of situation, right? That's what I'm trying to get to. And what I'm saying is, if you're looking at the women of your own culture, and you're like, oh, I can't stand these women. I'ma just travel. I'ma go over here. But because I can't stand these women, then there's something. That's the beginning of a bigger issue, or that's a snapshot of a bigger issue inside you as a man. You understand what I'm saying? Because the point is that if it comes from an honest place, if it's like, well, yeah, I could bag American women. I could bag, African American women. I know they're a little bit fiery. They got a little attitude on them, but I know how to deal with women anywhere I go, right? And then after that, it's like, oh, well, I did my thing in America. I got these women out here, blah, 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 blah. I'm cool. I had successful experiences with women and I from a healthy place, and I'm doing my thing. Now I want to go check out what Brazil has to offer. Now I want to go check out what's going on in Europe. Now I want to go check out what's going on in, in South America somewhere. Now I want to go check out what's going on in Africa. Not because those women are easier to deal with, but because I just want to go see what's going on in those countries, and I want to experience different women simply because that's what I want to do. Not because I'm running from something that's challenging to go try to find something easier. You understand? That's not what men do. We don't run from the fight. We run towards it. Shout out to the military. And shout out anybody in the military watching this. Thank you for your services. You know, don't think I'm just using your military slogans because I don't really, you know, understand and I don't respect it. All right. But the thing is, what I wanted to talk about is that when we think we're just going to experience women in these other cultures, the point that I want to make, right, is that we are not just experiencing the women, we are experiencing the centuries of culture created by men that produced those women that we are running, that so many guys are running towards to find the easier path to pussy, right? To vagina, to sex and dating, right? We have to be, and the thing is, what we're saying, like, there's a message within that we're basically saying, yo, we can't handle our own culture, so we got to go somewhere else, right? And there's more to it than that, right? But what I want to do is, because I did some notes, you know, I did some research and I looked up Asian culture, right? And it talks about how it was incumbent on women to accord with the wishes of closely related men, meaning their fathers, their brothers, their husbands when they got married, and their sons if they ever got widowed, right? In European culture, in Swiss tradition, also places women under the authority of their husbands. In Italian traditions, women still were stereotyped as being simply housewives and mothers. In Italian females, the unemployment rate of Italian females is lower than the average of all of Europe, right? Armenian women are expected to be virtuous, submissive, to safeguard their virginity until marriage, and assume primarily domestic roles. I went to South America. They showed like old imagery on Mayan pottery that shows that women were depicted as deities, but they were also shown to be important in ritualistic practices, and that their primary roles still revolved around cooking, food preparation, and clothing fabrication for the family, for the village and everything. Even in Brazil, women's societal roles in Brazil have been heavily impacted by the patriarchal traditions of countries in the Iberian Peninsula, right? Which says that in culture, the ancient Iberian culture holds women subordinate to men in familial and community relationships. And the Iberian Peninsula consists of Spain, Portugal, and another country called Andorra, or a region called Andorra. And it brought all of those, practices and cultures to Latin America, right? And developed strong tradition for military conquest and male dominance. So, right, and there's still more, right? So, we got Moroccan women, right? They were enclosed. They had what they called enclosed households, where they had multiple women in one household with one husband. Senegalese women, they were all about cooking, cleaning, childcare, and agricultural work. In sub-Saharan Africa, 40% of girls got married before the age of 18. They were forced to drop out of school to start families. And there was also something else that said, and I'm getting all of this from like Wikipedia and Google searches, right? It says early marriage reinforced the cultural belief that educating daughters is a waste of resources because parents will not receive any economic benefit once their daughter is married to another family. You get what I'm saying? So, as far as education in general, in all of these cultures that I researched, it was always less than men. The access to education was always less than men, unless the female had a specific role, or, I mean, in some of the countries, there were women in the workforce, of course not as men, and they also chose certain jobs, and then within that, they would allow women to get certain levels of education, but it was always something that it wasn't easily accessed like how it is today, right? And most women, even if they were in the workforce, they took agricultural jobs as far as, farming and, dealing with food and stuff like that, right? But then, so those are the cultures, I did Africa, I did Asia, I did European, and I did South America, right? Now, what I want to talk about is that when I say this, I do understand that there is a level of dysfunction in the Black community based on our experience as Black people in America, right? Because with slavery, with the hundreds of years of slavery, and then decades of prejudice and racism and white supremacy and all the things that we deal with, there is definitely something that was lost, right? I mean, because even African culture, with all the things that I talked about with African culture, we don't have that. That was cut off for us, right? That was disconnected with the advent of slavery and the transatlantic slave trade. You understand? So we lost our culture. We lost a whole lot of our culture. So in the scheme of things, the dysfunction would definitely lead to us wanting to visit cultures created by other men, right? To try to satiate some type of desire inside of us. But what I'm saying is, if we could try to look past that, I feel like we need to try to see past that, or we need to, the fact that we know that there is dysfunction in slavery, the fact that we are aware, like at this point, I feel like we're aware. Yeah, there's still a lot of dysfunction based on generations and generations of nonsense, but I feel like at least with some of us, we're aware, man. We're aware, right? And the point I'm trying to make is, we gotta try to not let anything be an excuse for us not to build up a certain level of strength so we can deal with our own women. You understand? Oh, and again, shout out to Steve the Dean Williams, because even the video that I got this idea from, he was talking about this in the video. It was a video that he did with O'Shea Duke Jackson. Shout out to him too. Steve the Dean, he was saying, tell me what a woman can do to a man that he doesn't allow. You understand? And what I'm saying is, even if it has to be a responsibility placed on each man, what I'm saying is, you have to create your own culture. You understand? You have to create your own culture. You have to teach, show, and train women how to deal with you. Running away from the issue is not really gonna help. It's not gonna build your game. It's not gonna build your inner strength and your inner confidence with your own women. Because here's what it is too. Truth be told, a lot of you cats that's running to other cultures because these other women are so submissive and it's easier for you to deal with them and so on and so forth. Truth be told, a lot of you would love to be with an African American woman. A lot of you would love to be with an African American woman. You understand? Deep down in your soul, you know you would love to either to be dating African American women, to be married to an African American woman, or maybe you want a team, right? Maybe you want a team of African American women. You know that deep down that's what you want. And what I'm trying to say is that anything you want in this life has a price. And if you want it bad enough, you gotta be willing to pay that price. You have to be willing to develop who you are to the point where you can deal with and manage the things that you say you want. You understand? Because I've said it many times before. You say you want a Lamborghini, you don't know that a Lamborghini oil change is $1,500. You thought it was gonna be $70 or $90 like with your regular car? No, Lamborghini's on a different level. So you gotta have your finances straight. If you want a Lamborghini, you don't just get a Lamborghini just because you want it. You get a Lamborghini because you can actually manage it, because you can actually afford it, because you can actually deal with driving a Lamborghini. Like, you think when people drive a Lamborghini, people stop and look and all of that stuff. When people drive regular cars, nobody cares. But when you drive a Lamborghini, it's like being a celebrity. So you gotta deal with that type of attention. You gotta know how to deal with it. So it's the same thing. You deep down, you really want a black woman. All right, look, let's not make it a racial thing, right? You know you want a woman from the Western world, right? No matter what race she is, you want a woman from the Western world because the women are here, right? So we have to build the strength. We have to build the leadership. We have to build the culture. We have to build our own culture. We have to show and teach these women how to deal with us, how to treat a man, to understand what a man needs and what a man requires, right? We have to be the ones to be the architect of the culture for us, for each individual man. because we may not be able to save, we may not be able to save the whole Western, you know, world, right? But, and I know we gotta fight social justice warriors, we gotta fight feminists, we gotta fight the Me Too movement. There's so many things we gotta fight, but if we run, then we don't win, and the women don't win. It's more and more women more and more women are unhappy, more and more women are calling up guys like Kevin Samuel, shout out to him. You understand? These women are lonely, bro. Like, these women, they don't have what it takes in their brain to understand what a man needs and how to, you know, make certain life decisions to make sure that they end up with somebody that they, you know, that they can be with, that they can be a woman for. You understand? They don't understand that, but it's up to us. It's up to us at the end of the day to give these women that game, to be leaders, to you know, to be the architect of that culture. And like I said, even if you can just build the culture just for you and the women that you deal with, right? But it's still up to us. We can't just run. We can't just flee the scene and try to go take comfort in another man's house, in a culture that was, you know, built by another man. Because that's all we're really doing when we do that. You understand? That's all we're really doing when we do that. And again, like I said, I know what it is to go experience different types of cultures and different types of women. I understand what it is, but you have to remember that there's work that went into that. You understand? There's work that went into that. There was a culture that was built. There was a culture that was planned and situated to provide the, you know, the cultural attributes that you enjoy so much. You understand? But you running off and leaving your own culture. And like I said, a lot of you know you want a woman from where you live, right? You actually want a woman from where you live. Going across seas and trying to take comfort in another culture, that's disingenuous. That's not honest. You're not being honest with yourself. You know deep down you want an African-American chick. You know deep down you want a chick from America, a westernized chick. You understand? You know deep down, but again, man, it's up to us to be willing to deal with that fight. Yeah, it's a fight. It's difficult. It's challenging. Yeah, these chicks are crazy. I get it. I get it. And then slavery done what it did to black people, and the black woman has seen the black man in a place of weakness for so long, and all of these things. But we have to fight. We gotta have that strength. You understand? Because the information is there. We know what happened. We know what went down. Okay, we get it. Now it's time for us to take that knowledge and use it to build our own culture going forward, not to run overseas. And you know what I'm saying? Not to run overseas and put our feet up and freeload off another man's culture that they built. You understand? Like America is what it is. It's a melting pot, right? It's a whole bunch of different cultures. So there's always going to be a fight. There's always going to be some type of disagreement or something going on, differences of opinions and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, the only people in the relationship is the people in the relationship. And every relationship has its culture. And as the man, as the leader, it's up to you to orchestrate that culture. It's up to you to be the architect of that culture. And then the woman is a consultant. You understand what I'm saying? But it's still up to you. You have to build it. You have to be, you have to have a certain level of integrity. Be that leader, be that strength. And like I said, teach women how to deal with you. And let them know, yo, this is how it's gonna go. You trying to be with me, you trying to have a relationship with me, this is how we're going to relate. You understand? Because I'm a man, I know who I am, I know what I need, and I know what I'm trying to accomplish in this life before I die. And you wanting to be with me means that you're gonna help me. You understand? And you create the culture within your own relationship. We don't have to necessarily, you know, change the whole Western world and change every single female in the Western world. But there's a chick that's out here for you, or a few chicks that's out here for you. But it's up to you to put in the work to find them. It's up to you to put in the work to create that culture and do what you got to do instead of running off overseas. You understand what I'm saying? Or at least if you don't want to go as far as what I'm talking about, at least develop a certain level of game inside of you that you know you can get these women in the Western culture. That you know you can, you know, run your game, you know, do your player shit, do your Mac and shit, whatever you do. You got your mouthpiece, you learned game, and now after you've conquered whatever you felt you need to conquer in your own culture, in your own place in America, then after that, and if you still want to go across seas, by all means go across seas. But the fact is, you've built up a level of knowledge and wisdom and experience. So now if you thought dealing with women overseas was easy before, now it's super easy. It's exponentially easier. Why? Because you got more game, you got more experience, right? You're on level 1,000 because you've learned how to conquer all of the challenges and difficulties in your own, in your own place, in your own home, in your own birth, in your own culture, basically, in your own America, in your own here. You see what I'm saying? Here. I don't know. Like I said, man, I just don't want guys to find excuses, find reasons not to build their character. You understand? I do these videos because I want men to be stronger. I want men to build themselves up. I want you to be able to get what you want wherever you are in this world. Okay? That's what game is about. It's like that old proverb, give a man a fish, and he'll eat for a day. But you teach a man to fish and he'll eat for the rest of his life. Or that other saying where it's like, yo, put me any place in this world and I'll double my value. You understand? You could take all my money away from me and drop me off in the desert. And the next time you see me, I'll have a friggin', you know what I'm saying? I'll have a little shop selling spices and shit by the time you see me next time. And I'm already up to 5 figures and I'm on my way back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want men to be able to have that type of strength and character about them. So no matter where you go in this world, you are in a position of power. You have the advantage because your strength is evident. You understand what I'm saying? Your strength is evident based on your character, based on your inner confidence, based on your game. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to do this video and talk about that because I feel like it's just too many excuses out here. It's too many reasons why, why we would, leave our own situation just to find something easier. And that's in anything, choosing signals and, looks, money, status, and it's all the same shit to me. It's all the same shit. If you can't deal with yourself as you are, then what's the point? You understand? Because at the end of the day, what you're really saying is that you're not comfortable with you. So you feel like you gotta run across the world and find this and find that to make things easier so you can deal with life. And I'm saying that no matter where you go, there you are. All right? No matter where you go, there you are. So you gotta build your culture. You gotta do what you gotta do. You understand? And if you're running away from these females, right? Just to find something easier, you're failing yourself and you're failing the females of your own culture. All right? So it's your boy, My Cunningham. Put your comments in, man. If you agree, cool. If you don't agree, that's cool too. Just be respectful and cool. You feel me? I appreciate you guys for viewing and staying this long. For watching the whole video. Appreciate everybody that supports. Appreciate everybody that's on the Bad Boy membership. You know what I'm saying? Get on that Bad Boy membership so you can qualify for the Bad Boy membership contest. Really appreciate you guys. I hope everybody's having a great day. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You understand? Like I said, I hope everybody's having a great day and the truth is inside you. Peace.
Click the link below or go straight to MrLocario.com to get the documentary Game Kings, The Definition of Game.
What's going on? It's your boy, My Cunningham, and what I want to talk about today is the Bad Boy membership contest. All you have to do to be eligible to win the Bad Boy membership contest is to be a Bad Boy member. See, what we realize is that when guys join the Bad Boy membership, they make the transition from simp to player very quickly. And we're just trying to make that transition just a little bit easier. So here's what you get if you win the Bad Boy membership contest. So here's what you receive if you win the Bad Boy membership contest. A bottle of Bad Boy Cologne by Carolina Herrera, New York. A luxury designer timepiece. and a $100 gift card. To increase your chances of winning, share this post in your story, tag 3 friends, and subscribe to Mr. Lucario or the Miles Cunningham YouTube channel. The link is in the bio. And follow Real Mr. Lucario and Miles in the Game on Instagram. The winner will be announced at the first of the month. Good luck.